My name is Levi. I'm 26 years old. I'm gonna be honest, my life is a mess. I don't even know where to begin. I'm 26 years old. I am going through a divorce we've been together for almost 6 years. And I have a 5-year-old son who's amazing. And I've completely lost myself in the whole process. And it bothers me. All my life, I've poured into people and never wanted people to feel controlled or feel like they're going to be used and abused. And in the process of doing that, I'm hurting myself and not putting up boundaries and speaking up for myself, because even if it's something I didn't agree with, I just kept letting it go. I let people take advantage of my kindness, but I also took advantage of other people's kindness, and I'm not proud of that. This is my first week of no social media, and don't get me wrong, I've been tempted to just re-download it, reactivate it, and get on it and look at what people are doing. And I came to realize it's like, I can't sit around and bask in this depression. It's been almost 6 months since I filed a divorce, 5 really, and I lost 35 pounds. I'm a bodybuilder. I haven't been eating my food. I won this amazing trophy that I have that last year that I didn't really feel a thing towards. It's hard to accept. I know I worked really, really hard, and it was really, really cool to do, considering like how short of a time I was in contest prep. And it's just, there's things that, at that time, I was avoiding a lot of what I was actually feeling. I was in a marriage where, I've had very unmanaged ADHD and probably more things, I don't know. I have a mental health assessment on Monday. I've been clinging to God more. I've been going to church, men's group Bible study every Tuesday. I'm talking to more people more than ever. But I've also shelved away from a lot of people. I've shedded all my old friends. I quit my online coaching business. I don't have a car. I'm using my mother's car. I'm living at my mother's house. I have no money. I literally have $0 in my account right now. And I'm at the point where I just what do I have to lose? I've always wanted to use bodybuilding as my platform for mental health, and I feel like this is the best opportunity to do so because I have nothing to lose. I've lost everything. I lost my home. I worked really, really hard. I've lost my home. I've lost a family. I've lost my car. I've lost myself. And I didn't even really lose myself. I just let someone else, how they viewed me, treat, how I view myself. Very low self-esteem. And I'm tired of living like this. And I'm just going to come on YouTube and just week by week post a new video of how my life's going. I don't know. I just feel like I need to talk about it. I feel like I need to do something about it. Maybe someone could use this and maybe it'd help inspire them, because it's hard. I got baptized 2 years ago, and it's ever since I got baptized 2 years ago, it's just been nothing but, it's I started improving myself, but I was also not, long story short, it's there are little things I didn't do, validate my wife's emotions at the time. And that's something that I needed to work on. I knew what I was doing was wrong, but I just didn't want to hear it. I'm just I don't like other women. I don't hang out with other women. I don't do anything. But I kept justifying, liking women's photos as nothing wrong with it. And I would admit, I'm listen, I know a woman is attractive, and I'm not going to say that they're not. And she took attraction as of I wanted to sleep with them. I wanted to be with them, but that's not the case. But I kept justifying, I have an online business. I'm going to keep liking women's photos, all those type of things. And that's not okay, regardless. because that's how she feels, and I make her feel safe in those moments. But I also took a lot of disrespect that I didn't deserve, and there's a lot of things that were hidden. And I'm not gonna, dish out laundry and all that type of stuff, but I'm just gonna speak real facts. It's just like, not everything is what it seems to people, but there could be two truths being held at one time. And I can't sit here and let someone else's truth trump over mine because of how they feel about something. But you know in your own heart, and God knows too, and your family around you all know who you really are. But you can't just, as 26 years old, you can't listen to what other people are thinking. You can't listen to, like, what does this person think about me? It's going to run you to the ground to the point where you completely lose your sense of self. And that's what's happened to me. I'm 26 years old. I got a 5-year-old kid. I'm serving tables. I'm barely making $500 a week. I had to get on food stamps. I'm making $250 in food stamps a month. My mental health has been at an all-time low, but I know how to get myself out of it, but I'm having to get extra help. And I've been cleaning to God more. I wake up at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning every single morning, and it's driving me nuts, but I know it's God speaking to me, and that's when I pray the most. I even pray for my wife, for her to heal through her childhood trauma. I pray for myself, for my childhood trauma, and our marriage, things that went wrong, and things where I could have been better. I even think back to moments where it's just like, I wish I did this different. But I can't take back what I did, but I can only move forward and make the best of what I have. And I can't sit here and beat myself up anymore. I mean, I'm going to the gym again, and I'm loving it. In some ways, it doesn't feel the same, but I'm back to listening to music I was listening to before her and I got together, which is like electro music, which is ironic. But I listened to a lot of like very, very like angry, like Limp Bizkit and Stained and Godsmack. I was listening to a lot of that music this past 2 years because of how angry I was, because I never felt like my emotions were validated, but it also came from someone who had the inability to do so. But I can't be angry at her. And I'm not angry at her. I still love her to death. I'm going to be real about that. But, I mean, she's the mother of my child. I want everything best for her. I've even done little things that just wouldn't make sense. Like, why would you do that to someone you love? You know what I mean? But I just got to be real about it. It's just like, I was scared. I've seen things that, we were together for 6 years. We lived with families' houses. We've seen these things. I never wanted to put my son in those situations, but I also had to let God work through them in their own ways. And I can't control the outcomes. I can't control how someone perceives me or how someone's going to treat my son when I'm not around, but I could teach him values and teach him, the right from wrong. And even if it's the right thing to do, even though it's not what you want to do, you need to do it anyway, because it's like, it's not about how you feel, it's about how someone else feels. But this is very long and drug out, and I'm not going to cut it and do anything like that. I'm just going to post it raw. But maybe this can speak to someone, but I'm really, really wanting to document my life from here on out. However that looks, it's just going to be raw, vulnerable. I have nothing to lose, and I'm not saying I don't care, but I don't care. I'm just going to do something with this. And maybe one day this is going to take off to the point that I'm wanting. I mean, I'm wanting to have big aspirations to be a top bodybuilder. I want to win my pro card. I want to speak about men's mental health. I want to speak about mental health in general. I want to be a spokesperson. And it's going to come with a lot of, I'm going to get judged. I mean, I've done things. I've took money from people that I shouldn't have, and I feel horrible about it. I always did, but I always did in the mind of like, hey, I'm protecting my family, I'm providing, and it doesn't make it right. And I'm over here, I'm having to really, really work on those things. I mean, I'm in the most amount of debt I've ever been in my entire life. I'm having to eat my crows. I'm having to take accountability for a lot of things. It's not that I never did, but I just always like push it to the side because I'm very ADHD. I'm like, man, I could get to it. Well, it got to the point where it got so bad to the point where I'm in this position where I have nothing and I can't do anything about it except for just put my head down, keep working and keep doing the honest thing and just eat the shit. I mean, there's nothing I can do about it. But I know God has a plan. I know the reason why I'm isolated is because he's working through me. And things are gonna work out. I know I have good things and good intentions and good aspirations and goals and things that I want in life. And maybe this can open up a discussion for someone else because, being 26 years old, losing all these things has been, I had the money, I had the car, I had the home, I had everything that I wanted, but like I didn't work on me. I did a lot of things out of hurt that I didn't understand, and a lot of just anxiety, and cortisol was high. I was doing things on a whim. I wasn't really thinking through. I was being very impulsive, and it's something that I'm going to change. It's something I want my son to look back at this and be like, this is who my dad was. This is who he is now. I just want to be the best man possible. And I want to get back into coaching. I want to do it the right way. I want to do things, proper and, honest. And I don't want to sit here and just mask. It's exhausting. It's okay to make mistakes. I grew up thinking that I couldn't make mistakes. I always got put down. I always was told. I literally walked around my whole life thinking that other people think that I'm stupid. And I know all this information about bodybuilding and all this information about nutrition and, PDs and all these things. I know all these cool things, and I'm so beating myself up because of how I felt when I was a kid. And I never got that validation. I tried to get that from other people, and I never got it. And it's exhausting. But I don't know. I hope someone can take something away from this. But I'll maybe even film some workouts, some other things too. But I'm just gonna keep these coming. I'm just gonna let things organically happen the way they are, and just make the best of it. I want to grow. I want to learn. I want to be a better man. That's all.